share a mic.
Sorry.
I hit that pharmacy voice.
You. And we'll also do a 5-second pause at the very beginning. I'll hit record and we'll just stay silent for 5 seconds, and then Lucas and I will clap so we can sync our different audio feeds that we'll be recording through our mics. So, but I gave him the rundown. You got your quotes with you? You on their phone?
Yeah.
Okay. And then your notes you took?
Yep.
Where'd he go? I do.
How we starting this bitch?
Audio test, audio test, audio test. Mine looks good.
We should just do audio tests.
Audio test.
Yeah, that's good.
How's our cold open?
Just audio testing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The listeners would love that.
Mic check.
Yeah, how are we starting this bitch?
We could play Battleship. That's a classic. C5. Or what? Yeah,
Well,
and then you.
But
You
one
say
of us is
you
actually
sunk
playing. But one of us is actually
Monopoly
two people
or
are playing
something.
Battleship, and the other person's playing Monopoly by themselves.
And someone's playing with real war games, real nukes.
Someone literally shooting bombs.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it
I
out.
like it.
We do a job interview,
No, we always do a job interview.
interviewing for Battleship, the position of Battleship.
I think we should be playing board games.
Okay.
And
Just a casual
and
board
I'll-
game night.
in post, yeah. In post, I'll plug in like literal warship sounds, but over just the person playing Monopoly.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. I think it's
All right.
good. Alrighty, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Lucas, you ready?
Yeah.
Is video recording? Video is recording. Okay. 1, 2, 3, play. Hey guys, little Friday night in.
Hey.
I'm just gonna take it easy, you know. I'm not drinking right. Let's just play some board games.
Okay, I'm into that. How about this one? This old thing right here.
Yeah, machine gun. I was thinking about playing Battleship. Jordan, you
Okay.
want first?
Man, I ain't played Battleship in a minute, but I'm game.
Okay, I'll take you. Lucas, it's only a 2-player game. So...
C5.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll sit out.
Oh, F6 in there somewhere.
Oh, that's a hit. That's a hit. You've hit my horse.
Go to jail. Fuck.
Man,
Don't click 200. Don't pass go. God damn it.
You've hit a big shoot here.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get myself out of this bankruptcy real quick.
Okay. Well, I think I'm in some sort of like fudge land type in my game. Or gumdrop type city.
man,
It's
scary.
scary.
I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Where are we at?
Go to jail again? Fuck.
I guess I'm trying to settle this land named Catan.
Man, what do I got? You went to jail again, Brandon? That's 3 times in a
I
row.
went to jail 3. I think
that's-
Monopoly is racially profiling me as Mexican right now. This is Okay, Lucas, draw a card from Monopoly. Just tell me what you get.
All right. It says bank error in your favor. My favorite one.
It says trust fund, baby. Collect $1 billion.
Second prize at a beauty contest.
Well, you sunk my whatever, my Battleship, or fuck it. I don't care. Board game night's over. Everybody leave my fucking house.
Yeah. Like that, huh?
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
What's up, boys?
How's it going, Brandon?
That sounds different.
Yeah. He has a cold or something. No, we upgraded Seth this week. Goodbye the skinny basic version.
We got
We
swole.
hated that guy. That's good.
We
Yeah.
hated that guy. You did get a pump in already though.
Always, man. Always.
Got to get it ready.
Stay ready.
It's Sunday. It's 12:44 p.m. That's classic time.
It's about that time. Movie time.
For the pod, for the boys. It's also Sundays are for the boys. It's football day.
Always that time of the day.
But we've got a guest on. What we are going to be kicking off season 8 with, we had to push back because a raft got a hole in it, and they were drowning in the middle of a lake. And
yeah, man, that shit was rough.
You got some Flex Seal though.
We did. We got a little Flex Seal, sprayed that shit up in there, and then went back out there on the water like it was nothing. About to pump with me though, so I was out there pumping it up every like 20 minutes though, so I wouldn't go down.
Did the Flex Seal work?
Hell yeah, it worked. But it was like a real quick spray, so Destiny put a little bit on there, like three sprays on there, gave it like an hour.
Who was the guy?
Yeah.
Who was the? The spokesperson's name on the who was the promoter of Flex Seal and OxyClean?
Yeah, he's a legend. Why
Flex
can't I think of his
Seal,
name?
I know, spokesman. It was no Phil Swift. Okay, maybe it was just OxyClean, oxybutynin. Billy Mays here with OxyClean.
Billy Mays. He seems like a Flex Seal type of guy.
Billy Bean.
The Shamwow guy bit a hooker. That was his thing.
He bit a hooker.
Yep.
That's like his big thing.
Well, besides being the Shamwow spokesman, yeah. That was the incident that.
You gotta have hobbies.
The other thing, yeah.
you put hobbies on your resume. Shamwow biting hookers.
There you go. Shamwow has like his day job.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Biting hookers is kind of like that's his hobby.
You can't mix pleasure and work.
No, you can't.
You can't really bite hookers in your everyday job. So
no, it can't be a
live for the weekend.
But it is podcast time. We got our guest here. It's my main man Jordan.
You already know what it is, bruh, man.
He told me, he's like, I gotta be on an episode. It's either gotta be action or it's gotta be anime. Now I didn't know a whole lot of anime that's like bad. So I was like, I got action.
You know a lot of anime that's good?
Mostly just like our Miyazaki stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But like all of those are too good. I mean, we did do Spirited Away, but we can't just do another.
It would be odd to add that into our oeuvre. Yeah.
But Seth can probably find us an anime for the future if you want to join again for an anime film, because he's our anime boy.
Anime all day.
Actually, Devin's kind of anime-y too.
So are a lot of my students. It's great.
They're also into guns.
Yeah, that too.
Guns in school.
Controversially.
I don't think it's controversial. I think it's just. I think most people are out.
You
on
would not the law, which is the crazy thing. Not the legal part of it all. That's for our other podcast. That's for my legal.
That's
my Montana legal jurisdiction.
That's for the COVID vaccine podcast.
Yeah, that's
where we
right.
tell you the truth.
We've pivoted off of that now. Yeah.
We pivoted off, and so we decided to dive into an action film for you from 2012. But before I get into it, I got some questions for you guys. First off, do you like Riri? You like Rihanna?
As a singer.
Oh yeah.
As a singer.
She had a little
I love Rihanna. It was an interesting role for her. Yeah.
It's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
The other question for you is, do you like board games?
Yeah.
Board game night.
I play categories with my students on a weekly basis.
Dude, you're the best at categories.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, the taller you are, the better
me.
you are at board games. It's a fact.
That's my theory.
I'm pretty nice at board games. So
and you're 6'5"?
I'll roll with that. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, me too.
2 6'5"ers and a 5'7"er here.
Don't lose.
Well, if you've answered yes to liking Rihanna or board games, you've come to the right place. This is the good, the bad, and the movies. And this week, thank you, we watched Battleship from 2012. Now, before we get into it, we're not drinking beers. We're not drinking anything. I bought stuff for Jordan, but then today he's like, oh, sorry, this is sober weekend. He's got yoga after this. I'm like, dude, you show up to restaurants and bowling alleys and
That's when it's time to get it now.
I get that. It's every weekend's sober weekend for me, pretty much, because I got a vanilla Coke here
oh, you're
this
switching it up
weekend.
too.
Yeah,
Haul
well,
it out
it's
the can and put something else in there.
yeah, it's an
You
interesting
hauled up the
story.
kid just to put Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Dr. Pepper
zero
cream
sugar
soda,
in there.
0 sugar. Alex thought that it was vanilla Diet Coke, and she grabbed it, and then we got home, and it was not. So she doesn't want it. So it's all me.
So now you're drinking your calories, huh?
You can't waste it.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
Coke's great. I got a
Vanilla
Mountain
Coke's
Dew.
nice.
I went to Jersey Mike's right before this. I told Jordan I had 50 minutes. I golfed this morning. Carter's in town, so I went golfing. And then I was like,
How'd
I
you
got
do?
50 minutes. On just 9. We just played 9. I shot a 51. Carter shot a 59.
Wow. That's good. That's not bad.
But I was at Jersey Mike's. I was like, I got time,
That's
so I
great.
show up,
It's
and
not
there's
bad.
only one person in front of me, or like one group, and they ordered 9 sandwiches. I was like, fuck. And they were from out of town. They didn't know what they were ordering or what they were doing. So I threw one down a BLT. So I might
Not
have
from
a BLT.
Jersey. Okay. And Caesar's there too.
Caesar's right here, right in the middle of the camera. Hi, buddy.
Oh, was that be
What's
the
up?
center of attention?
Caesar. Boy.
But if we were drinking, we were gonna do the Bombay gin. We already talked about it on Gooby. Bombay, bombing bays, bombs away. We mixed it with some cranberry juice and a little ginger ale, all that good stuff.
Man, you guys are ruining gin, man. They just put it in a glass with some ice, and then add a splash of orange juice, a splash of Sprite, and you're done. That's it.
Well, I mean, ours was a splash of ginger ale and a splash of cranberry.
Cranberry's not gonna cut it. You don't get the same feel off cranberry.
You want orange juice for the citrus and Sprite for the little carbonation in
Yeah,
there?
just a little.
Interesting.
But so you gotta be 3/4 Bombay, splash of orange juice, splash of Sprite, and you're good to go.
And that's
And why
bombs
Bombay?
away.
Why? This is the best gin out there, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't drink much gin, so I don't know.
I don't know. And Snoop drink it too, so
Snoop loves gin.
Snoop loves his gin.
Well, because we're not drinking anything, we can get into our director today.
Let's do it.
Any guesses at who the director is?
I don't remember who. I didn't pay attention to the credits. Is it Roland Emmerich? Is it that guy?
No. Good guess.
I don't know
It's
then.
nobody we've done before. It
Oh.
seems like it's a Michael Bay film.
It does.
That's
The
Michael
slow
Bay and Roland
motions
Emmerich.
and
I
the
thought.
the slow motions and the explosions and the bouncing titty shots and
The
lens
sun
flares
flare.
and-
Yeah.
But it's a guy named Peter Berg, and he's done things such as Very Bad Things, The Rundown. He did Friday Night Lights, the movie, plus
Ooh.
2 episodes of the TV show. He did
Ooh.
Hancock.
I'll give him
This
that.
had a
There we go.
this had a lot of Friday Night Lights not
Vibes.
energy, but like borrowed their cast from. Yeah, one of my favorite TV shows
Um,
of all time.
You got Lone Survivor, that Mark Wahlberg one where he's
Yeah.
and everybody else dies.
Yeah.
You've got Deepwater Horizon, that Mark Wahlberg one where he's on the oil rig and it blows up.
Everyone almost
got-
does.
Yep, exactly. You got Patriots Day, that Mark Wahlberg one where
Oh.
there's the bombing at the Boston Marathon and he almost
Everyone
dies and he has
dies.
to figure out who the killer is.
Who's the Patriot? Yeah.
And then who's the New England Patriot? And then you've got, he did a commercial called Frito-Lay. 'Twas the night before the Super Bowl.
Sure. Good
Always gotta
gun.
dip into
Probably made
Super
off
Bowl,
that than the rest of them.
right? You're a Patriots fan.
I am. Mark Wahlberg fan too. That's what this movie was missing, huh? Mark Wahlberg.
I bet this fits a Mark Wahlberg role.
It could be.
He was too busy doing the new Transformers, though.
Yeah, don't get me started.
I don't know. I love our lead actor. Like unabashedly, this one. One of my favorites.
We cast him in one of our writer's blocks on one of your like
Sure.
family Western ones because it was
He's a good
It
West.
was
He's got a great
Taylor
face.
Taylor Sheridan was the director with Taylor Kitsch
Yeah.
as our leading
I'd like to
actor.
take Taylor Sheridan back now.
Wait, what was-
Taylor Sheridan.
What was the actor's name? The main actor?
Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch.
Wasn't Professor X's little brother on there in this movie? Or
You may be right. I haven't seen the. I'm not familiar with. I don't like that.
Taylor Kitsch is in X-Men Origins.
She
He
probably
played
is.
Remy LeBeau. He's in John Carter, Friday Night Lights, Waco, Terminal
True
List,
Detective
21
season
Bridges.
2.
True Detective season
Yeah.
2. Ooh, The
He
Normal
rules.
Heart, that was good. He was in Lone Survivors.
It can't be Lone Survivors. That's a oxymoron.
I guess it's true. There's so many lone survivors out here.
I
like
love Taylor Kitsch.
That's like hopping on the reality show Survivor, but 8 people win in the end.
Exactly. Survivors.
But yeah, that's this guy. Felt
Okay.
like a Michael Bay. It's not. Felt like a Roland Emmerich. It's not.
Yeah.
And our writer today is John Hober. He's done a film called Montana. He did
That's
Whiteout.
us.
That's us. He did Red 1 and 2, which was like
Oh, kind of remember.
It was
Spy
like an
type
older
of
cast.
thriller.
it was like a spy thing, but it was like I think it was with like Schwarzenegger and Willis and Stallone or something. Like it was an older cast.
Maybe
I
I
thought.
don't know what you're talking about.
He wrote the Meg 1 and 2.
Ooh.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
You saw the Meg 2 in theaters.
I did, man. I did. It was good.
I saw that movie in theaters last night. I saw The Haunting in Venice.
Oh,
Kind
we were trying to go see that, but we went to go see Nun instead.
Ooh, that might have been a little more scintillating.
You saw what?
Haunting in Venice is kind of boring.
Is it?
Yeah, I love all the franchises out right now because Expendaforbles is out right now, as well as well as the Equalizer 3, which is crazy because Queen Latifah is on ABC. She's the Equalizer there. Denzel's still equalizing in movies. Who's the Equalizer?
Movies.
Are they ever going to meet?
It's gotta be true to Denzel, man.
You got to put Queen Latifah
I think so.
and Denzel Washington in a boxing ring and let them see who becomes the Equalizer.
They're just going to equal out. That's the name of the game.
Or Queen Latifah and Denzel Washington in a WWE tag team match against Jake and Logan Paul. There it is. Blockbuster, the next big card.
ruined.
I'm calling it now.
That's ruined. I'd rather see Expendaforbles than that.
There's the new Indiana Jones.
There wasn't an Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there's all sorts
The new
of
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That
Haunted in
was good.
Venice was pretty meh.
Ah.
But I like those. But anyways.
Anyways. He's also done My Spy. And this guy, if you remember the name John Hober, he wrote Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
The Beast War.
That was another franchise one that came out this summer.
Totally.
Fast
saw.
10, Fast X.
Fast X. Yeah.
Do you keep up with the Fast?
Yeah, wifey does, so I have to. I was over that shit after like
Fast
Tokyo
5.
Drift. That was
That's
good.
the best one.
Yeah, no, actually two. Fast 2.
When they introduced Luda and Tyrese.
Yep, those are I got more comical relief out of those ones. Oh, but I actually found out. Look, this guy. That's what I was talking about. That was the brother from the one that plays It.
So that's not the brother.
It's not the brother.
So that's the guy. This is the brother of the brother. So this
right. Yeah.
This is
one
Bill Skarsgård. Then we
Yeah.
had Alexander Skarsgård, not to be mixed up with Peter Sarsgaard.
Which
We've done this on a writer's block too, as we were trying to figure out during the Cold Wars. I remember that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays It. Alexander Skarsgård is the taller, handsomer brother.
Okay.
Yeah. Shows his dong in Big Little Lies.
Never seen it.
You've never seen the show or his dong?
Both.
Okay. Both are willing to check out, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're into those kind of things.
I don't know. I might have to take a pass on that, man.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Right.
And then the other writer was Eric Hober, the brother of John Hober. They've done the same stuff. So, a little dynamic duo.
They're bros.
They're
brothers.
the lone survivors. 2 brothers. And then a cast. You got Alexander Skarsgård. You've got Brooklyn Decker. She's our Megan Fox of the film.
Wasn't she like famously a model before becoming an actress?
I believe so.
So I remember her. She was a big deal at like Sports Illustrated and stuff.
Yep.
Before becoming an actress,
her and Kate Upton
kind of showed.
Something.
Yeah, she was the original Kate Upton. It kind of shows.
You got Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson.
Which, by the way,
Lehman.
I didn't say Liam Neeson.
You said Liam Neeson.
No, I did not.
I thought. Maybe I'm jumping in here, but I thought that Liam Neeson was the star of this movie based on everything I knew.
I was just waiting.
Yeah,
he just looks way older than he does now.
He looks pretty grizzled.
Dude, he's looked the same age since like 2006. Actually, since Schindler's List. I don't think he looks any different now than he did in '93.
But all the marketing for this movie made it seem like it's all about him. It's Liam Neeson, and he's like the 6th lead of this.
Yeah.
7th, kind of.
The double leg amputee guy had a bigger role.
Hey man, don't talk. Hey, that dude was clutch.
Dude, Mick rocked.
That dude was clutch. You know he's like real life, like
he is a double leg
amputee.
Yeah, not surprised.
But never mind. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there.
I was gonna talk about it. We'll get there when we get there. The PT was wild. You also got Rihanna. 5th on the call sheet is Taylor Kitsch.
But he's the lead.
I know he's the lead. Spoilers, when Alexander Skarsgård died, and I was like, wait a minute, why is he the top build?
Yeah, he's pretty early on.
You've got Tadanobu Asano. I thought he was pretty good. As Captain Nagata.
Oh, he was really good.
Yeah. He was.
You got Hamish Linklater. I don't know if there's any relation.
Hamish Linklater?
I
think
Peter
so.
McNichol. And the last one on this list, very young and kind of just getting onto the scene, Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons, fresh off of Friday Night Lights as well.
And
I think before Breaking Bad, maybe.
Probably, because he didn't join until season 4. So you're right, he probably wasn't around until 2014.
This Friday Night Lights territory, who he's awesome in. Also a little bit of Rami Malek in there. Little salsa dance of Rami Malek. Yeah, he was in there. He was like Liam Neeson, as you call him's assistant.
I didn't notice him.
Yeah, Rami Malek. He is like as big a role as he has in this as Oppenheimer, so it's like kind of blink and you miss it, but he's in there.
I didn't know Rami Malek was in Oppenheimer.
Oh, there you go.
I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet either.
Malek, Battleship. There he is. Rami Malek.
You got it, so.
There's his ass.
And then a plot. You'd be like, oh, Battleship, it's just a board game, right? They're just going to turn, just Battleship shooting at each other. No.
Talk about the lizards.
That shit was.
They're like, we got this great board game. Let's put lizard people into it. Okay. A fleet of ships is forced to do battle with an armada of unknown origins in order to discover and thwart their destructive goals.
Yeah.
Thwart.
Yeah, they kind of messed up their Olympic kind of like
the rim pack.
Run. Yeah, they're like just getting ready to have like.
I was like, what is this Olympic soccer?
I know.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Coming fresh off She's the Man, a soccer film. We get another soccer montage.
And there was only like one instance of like missiles being fired to exact locations. There was a couple instances, I guess, where it's like missiles to this location.
Yeah.
When come on, it's Battleship.
They had to throw that in the buoy water density scene or whatever it was. Water discrepancy.
Yeah.
Displacement.
And then just a little history on this film.
WD-40.
Battleship is a 2012 American military sci-fi action film based on, you guessed it, the Milton Bradley game Battleship, which has been manufactured since 1931. Some of the artillery in this film is shaped like the pegs, so the ones that the aliens are shooting were designed to be shaped like the pegs used in the game.
So dumb.
And the original paper and pencil version of the game predates World War I. A video game based on the film titled Battleship was released on May 15, 2012. The game was published by Activision and developed by Double Helix Games for the PS3, the Wii, and Xbox 360, and developed by Magic Pockets for Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo DS.
Based on the board game or the movie?
On the movie.
Aliens? That's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, you could just have a video game based on the board game, too.
Those look the dumbest weapons, too. now that I know that they had to do it to base it off the
pegs?
board game. Yeah, the pegs of the game. I hated those. I hated those little.
They didn't explode on impact. They
little
hit,
grenade bombs.
and then they sunk, and then they blew up.
Like they're like just triggered out of nowhere.
Yeah, they have like lasers.
There was I had to get ahead of it too, because there was one scene towards probably the end where they blew up inside one of the ship's vessels, and it like exploded, but then it imploded and sucked everything back.
They did,
and then it exploded again. What the fuck was that? They never did that ever again.
Well, because they had to make it a bigger explosion.
They had to put the mega ones in there.
Did you see that there was a part where they were fighting, and then it went in, and then like there was I can't remember the action scene, but it went in the action scene, and they thought that shit was so cool, so they ran it forward, put it back in slow motion, then reversed it again, and then did it again, and then they did it again, and then it was like
a disrupted time or something. Yeah,
right.
There was also scenes where I could tell that this was made for 3D. Getting ahead of ourselves, when Mick punches the lizard man and his normal human teeth come out right into the screen. That's 3D.
Yeah. Like those were lizard teeth, Brandon.
Huh?
Those were lizard teeth, Brandon.
I know.
They're not as strong.
They don't have the roots. Easily. Yeah, they can regrow them. But that's our history, which means we can get into our budget. Jordan, you want to sing our budget song today?
Our budget song.
Yeah. Take it away.
What budget song am I looking at? Am I missing something?
You just have to sing it.
What budget song?
Just the podcast budget song.
I think he's imploring you to make one up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because no one listens to it.
You're the singer.
Yeah, we've got multiple.
Okay, let me hear. I'll do a spin-off.
You'll do a spin-off. Yeah. We've got an original and a abridged. The original.
Whichever you want.
If you're doing the books, you better not fudge it. So let's play a game called Guess That Budget. The abridged is, it's budget time. Can you guess
the dime?
Man, I really don't know, but this is such a fucking crime. Let me think about how many budgets I got going on. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Rihanna. That's Liam Neeson. But first of all, I don't know how much it really cost, because they had a huge cast, and I did that shit. So I can't do no budget song. But
you started it.
I can talk about some budget, because there was a lot.
Because we're gonna guess that budget. What do you think this movie cost to make?
Considering the graphics that were probably around that time, and the cast, which I think they used a lot of the names to kind of get more people to generate revenue. I don't know. I'm probably going with at least I'll go with 120 million.
Okay, Lucas.
Yeah, I think it's even north of that. I want to say $180 million.
Our winner today is Lucas. It's even north of that. It's $209 million.
North of that. Wow.
And that was in 2012.
That's
what I didn't think that it was going to be that much in 2012.
$209 million.
Well, when the
first
a lot of money
come out? 08.
And they did. Okay,
09.
Yeah. Okay.
09.
That's fair. I guess that makes sense then. I would have gone higher. Yeah.
Lucas, I think
the 3D just tacks on a ton. I'll say
it always does. Who was trying to? What movie did we watch where they were trying to it was Birdemic 2, The Resurrection, where James Wynn said he mastered 3D.
When he was trying to shoot 3D, and he's trying to shoot digital and film stock simultaneously and blend them together. He's a crazy genius. I'm gonna say that was The Room. Equally as smart.
Equally
I'll say opening weekend, Battleship. I'll say $38 million. What
do you think?
After watching it, I'm like, no way. But man, I don't know. It was hyped enough. I'm gonna go for 40.
The winner today is Lucas. It's 25.5.
Nice.
Wow.
How much do you think this brought in total in U.S. and Canada?
Domestic.
They broke even.
In 200?
They broke even. I'll say 250.
250. Lucas. 250.
I'll say 80.
The winner today is Lucas.
What?
It's 65.4 million. Domestic did not like it. But worldwide, Lucas, do you think
did China like it? I think they did. I'm gonna say They love this shit. I'm gonna say 250 million. China bringing it home.
He's been right on the money, man. Jeez, I don't know what I'm thinking. Shit, let's go 100.
100 million. You're going down.
I'm going down.
The winner today is Lucas. 303 million.
Damn, China.
China loved it. They
don't. I don't know. They like shit based off of video games and shit like that too.
Yeah, they love big budget CGI action movies.
They do.
And they love Brooklyn Decker.
Who doesn't?
Rihanna in a comedic role.
Who doesn't? Bad. God, fucking Rihanna. Man. What a role. Oh my God. So a $209 million budget. US and Canada flopped, but it ended up making 303 worldwide thanks to Eastern Asia. I think this is a win for them.
And I think I read somewhere too that Milton Bradley put up a lot of the cost for it and ate a lot of it just to have the name out there. So I think it was a pretty profitable regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But I mean, he did that, but do people still play Battleship?
Not like they did in like
1918.
Not like they used. Yeah.
1918.
People ate that shit up in like during the Cold War. They'd be like, "Fuck you, Russia."
Exactly, and exactly that accent too.
Fuck you. So that's our budget, which means we can get into taglines. There's only one, but you're the guest, so you got to read it today. Do it in your best movie voice.
Man, this tagline might sound more like a Mortal Kombat. The battle for the Earth begins at sea.
Yeah,
I don't think it's horrendous.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah,
we've had some shit on here, so
it's a little boilerplate.
What about taglines of our own? Could we come up with something better?
It's a hit. They should have done that.
Yeah, right.
Maybe the most original.
That would have been a killer. This movie is the bomb.
Hit, you sunk my alien. I don't know. You suck my lizard man.
Suck my lizard cock, you bitch.
Yeah.
That's a good tagline.
That's a good one.
That's a good tagline.
I'm
trying to think of one.
What about
I mean, Rihanna's screams could be a tagline themselves.
I'm not gonna say it because that could in a world. What about like Pacific Rim Job? I know we didn't watch Pacific Rim, but took place in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
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 I can see that.
Gray area there. Hawaii 5. Uh-oh.
There you go. I think that's a good one.
I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
Uh-oh. What are we going to do?
Uh-oh. Hawaii 5-0.
So, you ever watch Hawaii 5-0? I never watched
that. Was my shit.
You're Hawaii?
Yeah, I love Hawaii.
Are you, what's the genre of those called? It's like a...
Procedural,
yeah. You a procedural guy? NCIS Law and Order, CSI, Hawaii 5-0, Bones.
Yeah, but it's got you got to add some fictional to it. It can't be too. I needed somebody getting killed by some crazy shit.
Like an alien.
It could
like
be.
A lizard man.
No alien.
A lizard man. 4 fingers. They're cool. They're chill.
They're chill.
If there's one thing those lizard people were, it's chill. So
they're very chill.
I mean, they had to be. They were pretty sensitive to the sunlight.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They're chill-blooded.
I know he had the glasses on. That was pretty smooth. Nice little fucking shaded goggles like a visor. That shit was dope.
It's like Iron Man.
They did look dope in their suits.
Yeah.
Their fingers did not.
No. Or that beard. The prickly beard.
Oh, that's a defense mechanism, man. It's like
that's like my bearded dragon. It's like Theo.
It's like some shit pop off and you try to touch me while I'm dead. You know, just shoot a couple out, just try to reflex.
Power of porcupine chin.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna call him.
Here's some. Is it facts time?
We have plenty of facts coming up. So what should I mean? We could do cats facts. We could do lizard people facts.
We could do. You sunk my facts.
Battle fact. You sunk my battle facts. You faxed my battleship.
No, battle facts.
Battle facts.
Battle facts. Playing with facts.
Playing with facts. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's good. I like playing with facts. Playing with facts. Good recommendation, Jordan.
Man, I gotta make a staple in this motherfucking podcast one time. Shit.
Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them for you guys. The first one is that the convenience store break-in at the beginning is a parody of a security video posted on YouTube, which went viral of an actual liquor store break-in. Like the film, the robber climbed the back of the store and fell down the same spots at the ceiling twice.
No.
I think I've seen that.
I've never seen that.
I think I've seen that video.
They let him into the Navy after that.
He had to go somewhere when you need help. You know?
So when they were watching that security footage, like he climbed up a chain link fence to get in there.
Yeah.
The chain link fence wasn't a fence. It was just one.
I've seen that.
It was just one chain link going up, and then there was like not fencing anything in.
But I don't think that was the point, though. The point was he couldn't get into the door, so he had to go through the top.
Yeah, so they just decided to put one single chain link fence that's just a line just up to the ceiling.
One section of it.
It's powered by sunlight so that lizard people don't come in.
Could be.
Next, Battleship premiered in Tokyo on April 3rd, 2012, and was released by Universal Pictures in the United States on May 18th, 2012. So it was in Japan first. Battleship was greenlit with the production budget of $150 million, but went through troubled pre-production. Universal at one point considered canceling the film, which would have resulted in a $30 million loss. However, the new chairman, Adam Fogelson, decided the studio would lose less money if they increased the budget in the film instead of outright canceling it.
If they put more into it. I mean, they're kind of right.
Yeah, they made money.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's a CEO you want.
A troubled past.
That's a good logic. Like, if you're just, like, going bankrupt, add more money to it, and then you won't have as big as a loss. Life lessons. Life lessons.
If you're down and out and you have a gambling addiction, do one more hit and you'll begin to clear.
Hey, take that last loan out, man. I guarantee you won't be as
Hollywood. It works.
I've never gambled that much. Like all I've ever put, like the most I've ever put into like a machine or done anything is $20, I think.
Oh man, you gotta get to Vegas, man. One time.
I know you're a Vegas boy. How much is the most you've ever gambled?
How much I gambled when I first started? I just gambled a lot, but no, I play a little bit smarter. So I'm usually looking at like I'll start with a little bit. I'll fill the dealer out because I go to the tables and then I'll go from there. But the most I ever won was $1,000 at the table.
Nice.
But that was college money, so I never really been back there yet since.
You gamble, Lucas?
Not much, no. I would get addicted. I mean, I have.
I have addictive tendencies, so I could.
Yeah.
Way to be
honest. And it's in the family, yeah. I mean, probably most I've ever gave was like $50 on a sports game, or maybe $100 or something like that.
Did you win?
I don't think so. No, I never win.
You should have put $1,000 down on the Minneapolis Miracle with 4 seconds left. Nobody would have thought the Vikings would have beat the Saints there.
Yeah, I don't think the books were taking that in that 20-second span.
The odds are changing so quick. I'm putting 1,000 in right now. Did you cry during that moment? I bet you cried.
I think so. Yeah, I think I needed that.
Diggs!
Yeah, they're struggling today.
Who are they playing?
Yeah. They're playing the Chargers.
Chargers, yeah.
Yeah. Man, speaking of, yeah. That just brought me back to when I was crying when the Patriots lost their season.
Oh, yeah. Sure cried. I think most of the NFL was action against Packers.
That's fair. That was a rough one.
Yeah.
And now I think it's nowadays. So heartbreak.
Bullshit. Anyway, next, what did you say? What was your facts name?
Playing facts.
Playing with facts. Hopper's orders to drop the port anchor in order to rapidly swing the ship around to the opposite direction is a real-life maneuver in the Navy known as club hauling. It's very risky, but it allows a ship to re-tack in combat or an emergency. Club hauling was used almost exclusively on sailing ships, which were much lighter and easier to steer. A club haul on an Iowa-class battleship like that would likely cause severe damage and injury.
I mean, worse than getting blown up.
I guess it's...
Shit. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I was getting some Fast and the Furious like
Tokyo drift vibes.
After
we're drifting,
and shit just turned like that. Okay.
You hit the e-brake.
I know.
Right.
I put Tokyo drift in there.
I'll tell you. It did feel like one of those little, like you got not Tokyo drift. You gotta go like fast. The way like the higher, like the further you go, the more corny and crazy it gets. So that's kind of
when they get to
like
space,
drifting a helicopter and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
You're in air. You don't need to drift. There's no friction.
Drift in the water.
Next up, the inspiration for the design of the alien ships was water bugs.
The insects?
I can see that.
Yeah.
Weird.
No, the clowns, Lucas.
What?
Of course it's the insects.
That's weird.
I know it's weird. What would you have designed?
I could see it, but like a, I don't know, fucking spider.
It's still a bug, right?
No, not technically. Not an insect, an arachnid.
Oh.
Maybe I don't know, something not of this earth. Maybe it's like 35 heads and only one eye between them.
Maybe
it's 100,000 arms that share a hand. I don't know what an alien would be.
Probably just like an egg. You know how they just like have an egg that just drops like a perfect little egg, and then it just like has all these attachments that open up out of them.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. Better than a lizard. Lizard and a bug. Not very creative is all I'm saying. They could have. I love it when alien movies or extra space movies just can go crazy weird instead of being like, it's a guy with a crazy beard. Yeah.
I do have to say, I had no fucking clue what those spinning metal balls were.
They were sick.
What were those?
So my question was it like a live thing or was somebody controlling them? Because they were stopping on a dime. They did have tails when they knocked the helicopter off when it went
dogs. Basically alien dogs.
Right.
they're alien police dogs, like fucking sick them.
And they're still able to sense whether or not you're like a real threat.
Human or metal or...
I just love how I just turn green. And they're like, oh man, I'm safe. And then they just turn red like, oh shit.
Like literally.
They are. Like droidicas, yeah.
Their scanning technology in their helmets could map out human anatomy. Like, oh, this is the lungs, this is the liver. I was like, they don't know what these things are, do they? Do these aliens have livers?
Well, I mean, if they're smart enough to make that, I'm sure they know something. They probably fucked up a whole other worlds too.
Probably.
Like, oh yeah, they look the
same. They're after him.
Yeah.
Next, Peter Berg wanted to cast Rihanna after seeing her Diane Sawyer interview following her battering by her then boyfriend Chris Brown. Berg was convinced that if the singer could negotiate a tricky interview like that after being abused domestically, she would make a good actress.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
How about maybe because she's like a giant star and has a lot of charisma? Yeah.
No, that's secondary. He wasn't even considering that as far as it was just more of her true raw talent before even thinking about how popular she was.
Yeah.
She got the shit kicked out of her. He's like, wow, she's so courageous right now. Is she acting or is this real?
She could act. Yeah, that's crazy.
I forgot that was in there. Next, Jeremy Renner was cast as Alex Hopper initially, not Taylor Kitsch, but dropped out to co-star in 2012's film The Master, of which he also dropped out.
Known for dropping out. Now did he keep his leg?
I think one of his legs is amputated.
Amputated? I thought his leg is still there.
Maybe. Do you know?
No. I don't really look into people's legs that often, so I kind of.
I mean, that just happened like this last year. Jeremy Renner, he got in like a snowmobiling. He plays Hawkeye in the Marvel. Yeah, got a snowmobiling accident.
No, I heard he got into his accident, but usually once the big news hits, I don't follow up with the rest of the news.
You hear about Jamie Foxx and his stroke?
I heard about that.
He's got both of his legs.
Though.
He's still got both of his legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, other role for Sam. The first ones in consideration are two people that we've had on the podcast already. Before Brooklyn Decker, they wanted Teresa Palmer from the Point Break remake.
What was she in that?
She was the one female that was sleeping with all the other dudes in the.
Oh, the hippie.
Yeah, and Rosie Huntington Whiteley from Transformers: Age of Extinction. The girl that
British
was
lady.
Yeah.
The polo lady.
Yeah, the Mark Wahlberg's daughter or whatever.
Oh yeah.
No, because that was Nicola Peltz. Rosie Huntington Whiteley was in the third Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Fuck these movies.
She was Shia LaBeouf's girlfriend after Megan Fox.
His college girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's been so long ago. I don't remember that now.
Fuck those movies.
I only like Cogman.
You
the
love
Robot
Cogman.
Butler. Robot Butler.
What about Air Razor?
He's shitty. Is that Pete Davidson?
No, that was.
Oh.
Pete Davidson was Mirage.
Yeah, okay.
And
Also
Starscream's
shitty.
the best one.
Dude, Starscream's
Starscream's my guy.
I loved him and Hot Rod back in the animated series.
I like Canopy. The
Canopy's
tent
the
one.
worst. It turns into a tent. It's the worst Transformer. Penultimate fact is that this film utilized 600 extras.
It's a not chump change, I guess.
No.
What would be the average?
For extras in a movie?
Yeah. Just
Probably like 50, I would say.
Yeah.
50.
Not triple digits. I wouldn't say it hits triple digits on average.
Because you can CGI a lot of people into them.
Yeah. Some movies use like none.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we've got awards. Let's see what this got nominated and won for. I don't think there was a ton out there. Academy of Sci-Fi, Fantasy, and Horror Films. It was a nominee for Best Special Effects. Annie Awards, Best Effects. The
There's effects heavy, yeah.
Nominee for Worst Movie of the Year.
Yeah.
Gold Trailers, nominated for Best Sound Editing and Best Summer Blockbuster. Internet Film Critics Society, Worst Film winner.
Yeah.
The Irina Palme d'Or, nominee for Worst British Actor, Liam Neeson.
He's Welsh.
He can get that. He can get that in almost all his movies.
Teen Choice Awards, Best Movie Breakout winner for Rihanna.
Well, yeah. She's going to win stuff like that.
Got to.
Visual Effects Society nominated for Best Visual Effects and for Best Outstanding Effects. And then Razzies. There's a bunch. Winner for Worst Supporting Actress in Rihanna.
Winner.
Nominated for Brooklyn Decker for Worst Supporting Actress. Liam Neeson was nominated for Supporting Actor. Peter Berg was nominated for Worst Director. Nominated for Worst Screen Ensemble. Nominee for Worst Picture. And nominee for Worst Screenplay. Its only winner at the Razzies was Riri.
So you think she framed that?
Probably. I got an award.
A W is a W, man.
Picks it up.
For the worst actress.
Man.
And she has a good collection of Grammys, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's true. I guess if you've never won an award before, she'd be more psyched, but she has, probably like 12, 14 Grammys?
Yeah, but she's never won an acting award, though. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
That's like at the pinnacle of her career.
She's got to take another swing at it now.
2012, Rihanna. What was releasing then? Is that like Rude Boy era?
No, it's
Diamonds?
After that.
Yeah.
Diamonds?
Yeah, like Diamonds. Like
it's pre-Anti.
We found love in a hopeless place.
I'll probably Stay with Mickey Echo.
You're looking at Loud album 2010. So that's What's My Name with Drake in it. Love the Way You Lie. California King Bed.
In this California kingdom. I forgot.
They didn't even give her a song in this movie.
I know. Speaking of, the playlist was horrible.
Yeah, and they played for like 4 seconds.
No,
they had a Pearl Jam song in there for the guitar riff, and then it faded away.
There were 9 AC/DC songs.
Wait, did you guys see that? What was that? What was when he was stealing that damn chicken burrito? They had the Pink Panther playing.
Yeah.
The Pink Panther
music.
That was
bad.
Fucking chicken burrito.
I mean, a movie like this was going to have a lot of AC/DC. It's just coded into it.
I know, there was so much. But you're right. Rihanna should have had a song. What the hell?
And that's horrible. obviously didn't respect the music.
Or like
At least
or
like
an original song.
At least an original song in the credits or something. Come on now.
That is true. Usually when you have somebody that's like an artist, usually you play like their music. Like, even in Fast and the Furious, they still bump Ludacris, and don't nobody really listen to Ludacris.
Lady Gaga on all her roles usually has a song.
Yeah.
These battleships don't look like they're hated.
Movie.
So it is movie time. So we can get into it.
I saw Nicole last night.
You saw Nicole last night? You saw Nicole.
I saw Nicole. I did.
Nicole Kidman.
I did.
Ams, what'd she tell you? Was she looking fine as ever?
No. Just rough around the edges.
Oh, no.
A little rough.
The ads aren't playing well anymore.
Heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Stories are perfect here because they are, or something like that.
What if she was allergic to the sun?
Yeah, I think she kind of might be.
She's so pale, but she's from Australia.
There's not a lot of sun in the movie Birth. Not a lot of sunshine. Yeah. I've been wanting to watch that again.
Or in Little Miss Sunshine.
It's a pretty sunny movie.
It's pretty sunny. I think she might be allergic to the sun.
It's artificial.
She might be a lizard person.
Like a heat lamp.
Could be. I phase it in after.
I mean, I've never seen... She's never let her beard grow out, so I don't know what her beard looks like. Bearded lady. In the circus. Allergic to the sun.
Tons of SPF.
Remember those shows where it was like the Bubble Boy, where he was like, "I'm allergic to grass and air and the sunlight." Like, how did he live? You're allergic to the air?
Well, no, they had a filter. They were just kind of remember they had the filter in Bubble Boy, and they had some advanced medical equipment in that movie.
Just put Nicole in a fucking bubble and make her breathe filtered air. She's already been in a cage before in a steel dome. Now she's in a fucking bubble because she's allergic to the sun.
She can do it.
What was I gonna say? Allergic to the sun, Bubble Boy. I always bring up, like, do you think you'd still be alive if you were in like the old days where like natural selection, like if you got a disease you'd be dead, or if you had like an accident and you broke a bone you're probably dead already? Do you think you'd still be living?
I'll be fine.
No, you didn't have like any complications in childbirth or anything like that?
No, it's kind of just like the apocalypse. I figured I'd be alive during then because, you know, all the science is going to be out of it. So you're kind of just surviving just to survive.
Like, my brother would have been dead when he was born because he had such severe jaundice because his blood didn't match with my mom's. So, like, he'd be a goner.
Yeah, no, there'd be a lot more deaths. It'd be... But as long as you're alive, I feel like.
I think I'd still be around. My vision would just be shitty, so I'd have to be really on high alert.
You'd be bullied.
Someone just sneak up right to you and knock you out real quick.
They'd bully you still, Brandon.
I mean, I'm bullied still. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't. That's the one true. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, God created the universe." No, the one true thing is that whether it's prehistoric, like natural selection times, or now, I'm getting bullied.
You think so?
Rightfully so.
Put me in a fucking bubble. Let's get into this movie. Battleship. In 2005, scientists discovered a distant planet believed to have a climate nearly identical to Earth. In 2006, NASA built a transmission device 5 times more powerful than any before it, and a program to contact the planet began. It was known as the Beacon Project. Now, is this true? Is the Beacon Project real, or did they just make up years?
I'm sure it's not real.
I don't know. Some movies don't really do research. They just kind of make shit and just let it go.
I think this is that one. There's no way.
I'm looking it up. The Beacon Project, interdisciplinary scientific program, hydropower development as a model to investigate trade-offs.
Sounds like horseshit.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a space thing. So yeah, they just made this up.
Yep.
And they just made a year up. They're like, let's just do this 7 years before.
Bush administration.
Yeah. The two big, you know, the Taliban and space. That's what Bush was about. Did Caesar just squeak a toy out there?
Yeah.
He doesn't squeak toys. What the hell? But transmissions are being sent from Hawaii to what's called Planet G. It's the Goldilocks of planets, they said. Perfect distance away from the sun, perfect temperatures to develop an atmosphere and sustain water, all that. So they're going to look for any signs of life. And then you cut to Oahu. Two brothers celebrating little bro's birthday in a bar. This is Stone and little brother's Alex, Skarsgård and Kitsch. And Stone's always gives on his birthday, he gives him a cupcake and a quote for his birthday. Yeah. He's like, all right, here's your birthday quote this year. He's like, thanks, man.
They're cool, yeah. I love Taylor Kitsch in the first part of this movie too.
What about in the second part?
Well, when he actually has to be like a soldier and carry the movie, then it's not so great. But when he just gets to be like a drunk asshole, he's really good at that.
With the long hair.
I think he's a really good actor at this bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just fucking around. Yeah.
So he gets a quote and he gets a cupcake, and Alex has no car, he's got no job. But then Brooklyn Decker, Sam, walks into the bar. He's like, oh shit. So he blows out his birthday candle, wishes for Brooklyn Decker that just walked in. But all she wants is a fucking chicken burrito.
And why does she want that from a bar microwave?
Yeah, right?
It's not like I won't do it.
They must be like known for their chicken burritos.
I know, right?
Man, I want a chicken burrito.
They microwave it though, because he said kitchen closed and he shuts a microwave. It's not like they have to grill the chicken and clean it. It just puts it in them. It's not like it's a Chipotle chicken burrito. It's
odd.
Just to think that he could just like walk over to the gas station and grab just the equivalent of the chicken burrito over there.
Yeah.
Over there, just kind of, it's insane.
Her bar for chicken burritos is way too low. She got to step up her burrito game.
Yeah, she's slipping. She's slipping.
But Alex goes up to her. He's like, I'll get you one because the kitchen's closed. So he breaks into the gas station next door through the ceiling and destroys the place in the attempt of getting her a burrito. And now a police pursuit is on foot. They tase him, but he fulfills his promise to her. Mid-tase, like handing her the chicken fucking burrito.
Stupid.
It's dedication, man.
I mean, that's true. If only he could put that kind of dedication to work.
Well, he could have wished for an apartment or a job. Would have been okay.
I guess he got his wish, yeah.
He got his wish. But Stone's all pissed because he's like, you know that girl that you tried to impress? That's the daughter of Admiral Shane. That's Liam Neeson. That's his boss. Putting Stone's Navy career at risk. And so now he's going to force his brother to join the Navy with him as a new direction in life. Title card drops. Battleship. We haven't seen a battleship yet, but that's where the title card drops.
Metaphorical battleship. His life. He's dropping anchor on his brother's life.
The real battleship are the hardships.
Along the way.
And the news is on, they're saying everyone is conjuring in Hawaii for the RimPac Cup final. Like, news is like, this is legit. Olympics for Navy. Everyone get down to Honolulu.
Yeah, ESPN's here to cover the naval soccer game.
Everyone's got their fucking binoculars and shit.
Yeah, like this
and just watching.
Star player Alex Hopper with 18 goals this season. Like, these are fucking sailors. What are you talking about?
It like RimPac was supposed to be like this thing where all the navies from like all the different nations come together and do like naval simulations. But like, why is the U.S. showing their naval tactics to the other countries in case
they're their allies?
I mean, I guess, but also, why are they playing soccer?
Man, it's just a free for all. Just any sport, any kind of thing that compete against each other.
If somebody wanted to attack, that's the time during the RimPac Soccer World Cup final.
Well, I don't get why he got concussed and no one said anything about it. They just let him keep playing. The concussion rules must not have been as strict.
Yeah, they were concussion protocol. Weren't
they? He can yell the doctor off, yell the captain off.
They would have sat him out.
Yeah, so it's a giant soccer match. It's soccer montage reminding us of She's the Man. And it's the finals. It's USA versus Japan, but USA struggling to overcome the skill of Japan until a last-minute dual bicycle kick as Alex goes back to kick it, but Captain Nataga also goes back, kicks him in the face, and they get a penalty kick to win it all, or to tie it up at least.
Yeah, so concussed Taylor Kitsch skies it over the net.
He calls everybody's off. I fucking got this. So it's like, dude, you are. He's like,
that's some hardcore Tim Riggins energy right there. If you are seeing Friday Night Lights,
get on. I know it is actually, huh?
He would. He's always, no matter what, I'm hammered. I'm gonna fucking take this hand off and get blasted, but be a man about it. Oh fuck yeah.
Well, yeah, he skies it over the goal, like not even close. But him and Sam still kiss. You get to see they're together now. His wish came true.
No.
He's so concussed. Rihanna was pissed that they lost too. She was the one girl out on the field.
Well, this is okay. I guess we could talk about the Rihanna stuff now. Like one of the most beautiful stars in the whole world, and they relegate her and Jesse Plemons, who's one of the best actors in the world. They're just like the little fucking comedic sidekick for the whole movie. Fucking Rihanna and Jesse Plemons. Well, that's insane. She's not like the ingenue, and she's not like the damsel in distress or anything. She's like one of the. She's like, I don't know, Sam and fucking Frodo off to the side. They don't do anything.
It's 2012. You could have had like Rose Byrne and TJ Miller play these roles instead.
Yeah, or like Melissa McCarthy and fucking Charlie Day, something like that.
Ooh, that's a good combo.
Written for. Yeah,
I like those two. But could they pull off? I don't know if Melissa McCarthy and Charlie Day could pull off being in the Navy. Is that realistic?
Maybe Charlie Day. Could Rihanna though?
Just as realistic as Rihanna.
They just threw some tattoos on her.
She was the weapons specialist every time.
Told her to
I've got this big ass gun.
Yeah.
She was manning the turret too, and then she had that little scream where her voice like cracked and stuff. Because before it was like all manly, and then she like when he over there gets something happens to him, I forgot what happened, and she just screams like get her, bro! Like goddamn. I mean,
some severe miscasting.
Yeah,
I thought it would have been right for Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Bateman could have played that. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think he could have played one of those little.
One of the Jasons could have got it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Rihanna's pissed. Alex is now on the beach with Sam, straddling him as he plans his speech to the Admiral to ask for the blessing to marry her. Things have gotten serious between these two, but he's very nervous because Admiral Shane is his boss and is a very intimidating man. And then you get to space, and I figured like sending just this little beam of transmission would be a simple like CGI thing. This was some of the worst looking things. Space is pretty easy to CGI. It's mostly black, but it was terrible visual effects on the screen as the communication is sent to Planet G via satellite. But something intercepted the transmission and is now moving, shining, and heading our way towards Earth.
It doesn't look like a friendly thing.
No, it also looked invisible almost, with just a little glimmer.
It looked bad.
It looked bad. And Alex and Sam, it's the next day. It's like, was this a graduation? This was like just the kickoff to RIMPAC?
I don't know. I didn't understand it. I really didn't.
Yeah, it's like a Navy party.
Yeah, I didn't even know why. Yeah, I didn't know.
But shout out to these 6 Navy veterans we brought to the party.
I think it was like maybe it was like the decommissioning of the ship or something like that.
I don't know.
Because they made a big deal about the ship.
Yeah,
about the Missouri.
But Alex and Sam are late to this. I'm gonna call it a graduation, whatever the fuck it was, because it was like some people did get medals and like promoted and stuff too. And they're trying to sneak in amidst Admiral Shane's speech, and there's drama on the deck between Alex and Captain Nagata, who was the guy who kicked him in the face, just as he's preparing to ask for permission to marry. That's the last thing he needs. Something getting in the way.
So they get in a fight.
So he goes into the bathroom to calm down. Captain Nagata ends up going in the bathroom. They fight each other as he's prepping his speech, and now both are being reprimanded. And Alex gets yelled at by the Admiral in private, and he's just too ashamed to ask to marry her now.
What?
He tells Sam too, he's like, I didn't ask. She's like, you pussy.
I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, you can't just show up late to the big boss's like event and then ask something like that.
Get in a fight. Get reprimanded.
We don't even know why he was late, though, right?
Yeah, he just slept in.
Oh well, that's horrible.
Pick a different day. Yeah.
Right. He had so much stuff going on within like 10 minutes. I don't know what day it was. First he was on the beach, then he's getting in a fight, and then now he's just late. I'm like, shit, I don't really know.
Asking for hand of marriage is intimidating enough as it is, let alone when it's your boss and 3 things have gone on negatively in your way, and he doesn't already like you. So
Right, and,
now he's almost out of the Navy.
It's Liam Neeson, man. Shit.
He says you're probably out of the Navy, homie.
No matter what role it is, Liam Neeson has a very particular set of skills
he does
that he can unleash on you.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna use his classic quotes from all his movies.
You guys see The Gray? Did you ever see The Gray with Liam Neeson?
Yeah, that's a Netflix original, right?
No, I don't think so. I owned it on DVD.
Oh, maybe not.
Where he's with all the wolves, he like breaks bottles. He's got them in between his fingers, and he's like bare knuckle boxing wolves and shit.
Maybe I didn't
Actually, pretty good. Give it a watch, Lucas.
He became an action star later in life. It's odd.
I know, right? You usually start there. You start there or rom-coms, and then you become the drama actor.
Or you just never leave.
Or you never leave. Yeah.
How do you say Stratham?
Jason Statham.
There we go. I don't know why.
I mean, some people stay action their whole life with him and Vin Diesel and all that shit. Some people toy back and forth like Tom Cruise, Jerry Maguire, and then Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Or you do Tom Hanks, you go full rom-com, and then you become one of the most beloved drama actors out there. But
or you teach.
Those are the only options you've got. You tiptoe action, you join late, you do it early, or you teach. Someone's banging around upstairs. Well, it's Rim Pack Exercise Day 1 to some blaring AC/DC, and all the countries are preparing exercises for battle combat. And you get to see the true leadership skills and the goals of each of the Hopper brothers on their own ships. Stone's this is going to be a great learning exercise. We're going to see what we do. We're going to take it step by step. Alex is let's fucking kill them. We are going to win.
He's cutthroat. He's Kobe style.
You're that's immature. You just want to go Stone's way. But sometimes you need to be cutthroat. Yeah. Sometimes you need to Tokyo drift your battleship.
And he knows he's on his way out, so he's kind of well, we'll throw anything at the wall.
I guess that's true.
One last hoorah.
Yeah.
You had to just
fire every shell we got.
Right, which is funny because when you did that, everybody was looking at him like, this dude's had no respect. And they're like, what is this guy talking about?
This is the captain? Well, Stone breaks the news to Alex that he is most likely being discharged from the Navy once Rim Pack is over. And so he's all distraught. But you cut to Sam. She's a physical therapist. And you get this intense physical therapy montage before she comes into, it's heavy rock music playing as people are stretching and doing crunches. What is this?
Yeah. These hard stone-faced men bench pressing with their artificial limbs.
Hey,
it's not tender.
I was gonna say the equipment though, they were pretty advanced there.
Dude.
They were putting lifting in slow motion with the prosthetics, and I was like, damn, that's pretty sick. You see this guy.
I'm gonna say right now, it's just a touch ahead. But is your first PT, usually PT exercise let's work on your stretching and your balance and all that. Is your first one to hike a volcano, Brooklyn Decker?
Well, I mean, when you can't really stretch when you got prosthetics, right?
I know, but we're gonna work on balance and strength of the amputated section of the leg to stand in that. We're gonna hike this fucking volcano.
Wait! If you remember, he was walking on that thing before, and then he snapped. He got all upset, and then that's when she came in. I'm your new PT, and we're gonna show you how this really done.
It just wasn't physical therapy. It was just somebody taking him out for some exercise.
It was a walk, a saunter.
Well, that hurtling object that we saw has now changed into 5 individual ships, and it's just past Saturn on its way to Earth. And that scientist, I called him Nerd Boy the whole time, that's in charge of the transmission is now on the phone with NASA and the Air Force as the 5 mysterious objects enter the atmosphere in formation straight towards Hawaii until one of them hit a satellite and splintered off and broke off towards Hong Kong. And they all land in the Pacific Ocean, except the one that went to Hong Kong did a 9/11. It went and it took out their biggest fucking tower. I was like, oh no.
It did a 9/11, yeah.
It did. You're telling me it did not do a 9/11?
No, it messed some people up, yeah.
They said 25,000 people died from that.
It's light work.
Yeah. It's a small portion of China, but still. So yeah, the stuff landed in the Pacific, the stuff landed in Hong Kong, but they're also said Germany, Scotland, France, and Iowa were affected. Why are those the things that were affected? How were they affected? How was Iowa affected?
I don't know. It seems like part of America. Yeah. Can't just say Iowa.
You know how far apart Hong Kong, Hawaii, and Scotland are from each other?
There's just a lot of the big spray, yeah.
Like Hawaii and Hong Kong are on the opposite ends of the Pacific Ocean. So like if it splintered, they hit there. Scotland's on the whole other side of the earth. That means it went all the way around and then into...
You're forgetting about the time, Brandon. The time change.
The time change doesn't mean anything. It's on the other side of the goddamn earth.
No, but it rotates, Brandon.
It doesn't rotate that fast.
But they move that fast.
It's a time
Not
change,
when they
Brandon.
splinter.
Advanced technology.
It adds up, you know, mainframes and time warps.
Battleship. I don't know. Iowa's affected.
It's
Right.
Battleship. Iowa was hit, okay? Somebody send reinforcements to Des Moines now. Can I name any other cities in Iowa?
Grand Rapids, Iowa City. I can name a couple more.
Iowa State, Iowa. Where are the universities at?
No idea.
I think Iowa City and Grand Rapids.
So we know where the two colleges are and the capital. Makes sense for
Yeah.
Iowa. Well, NASA's now telling the Secretary of Defense that this is most likely alien contact. So they send out a signal from the Pentagon over to all the naval ships out in Oahu outside doing their RIMPAC exercises to set up, be in an attack position in preparation for any orders from the Pentagon. And a lot of ships are just thinking, you know, this is an exercise. There's no...
Yeah, they never once say, like, this is not a drill. They're just like, you know, we're famous for our big war games. Here's a crazy one. They're like, this is real?
Everyone get in attack formation. You see this skyscraper coming out of the ocean? That's your next target.
They never say this is real.
They're like, they actually really went above and beyond today. Like, this is crazy. We've never seen this before.
Yeah, last year we played chess for an hour.
The graphics are insane here.
Right, that's a real good one. They're like, no one's believing it. Like, how's a real good
How
one?
did we not see somebody building these structures?
How'd they blow up that fucking shit, dude? How'd they make it look so real?
I know. Well,
Big budget.
there's what it is it's like basically a skyscraper coming out of the ocean, and then two little like platforms,
Little tails.
little tails, little wings.
They go to the bathroom.
They're jutting out of the water, but it's undetectable on radar. So they're like, okay. They're like, wow, Pentagon shut down our radar activity too. This thing's high tech.
Wait, isn't it only unprotected? Isn't it? It's not. It's on. You can't actually locate it because they did that EMP, right? Or they put that shield around it first. That blocked it off, so no one could see it on the inside because they got rid of
the dome, the force field thing.
So then it messed with all their.
I thought they couldn't tell. Stuff. I thought they couldn't find the radar in general.
No, because remember that's when like they couldn't get the guy to they can see it physically, but they couldn't locate the other two.
The little things underneath,
right? Because they can like that thing never moved; it stayed the same. Yeah. Everything else that was in the water was just you can't get it.
Well, yeah, this whole thing's there, and I put, oh shit, Alex the Beast was that one guy's name, and Rihanna are sent out on a little like boat on a little raft to examine the structure up close. Rihanna's just like, I got this fucking Gatling gun. Just tell me when to shoot it, boss. I'm like, wait, what?
They were cruising that little dingy boat, and then he's like, of course he steps on it, and like, I don't think that's a good idea. And then he goes and touches it.
Hey, yo, boss, I don't think that's a good idea, man.
Oh yeah, that was that one big swole dude. Huh?
Yeah,
little ball
Beast. His name was Beast.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Hopper, I think you should step off. You're getting a little too close. Shut up, Rihanna.
I wouldn't touch that if I was you.
Well, they get all up close to it. Alex makes his way up and onto it, and he touches it. He was touching like the little jettying things, but then he touches the big skyscraper thing, and it electrocutes him back into the ocean. They scramble to get him back into the dinghy, but then the structure sends a blast into the sky that creates a giant dome force field around the area. And this is bad news for the Navy because they're all in attack position, but only 3 destroyers are inside the force field. All the other 90 of them are outside. And right away, they're like, okay, something's up. Force field's out. Send a plane in. The plane just rams right, explodes. That man's dead.
Yeah. He saw it coming. He saw it. Once he saw the dome, like halfway there.
Oh, because it was like forming in front of him.
He was like, I don't know if he really thought he was going to make it or not, but he's like, fuck it at this point.
Full throttle into the dome. He's dead.
Yeah.
The pilot?
Yeah.
Just
I
like,
don't know.
yeah.
You can't
I was
do
gonna say
much
just
more at that point.
Just like Jamie Foxx and Stealth.
Stealth, yeah, he just flew into a mountain and died. Well, this whole thing's got this force field, and then from outside, the ship's outside the dome, it zooms in through the dome and then into the ship's inside. Bad CGI on a zoom. Just bad. It's blurry.
Also
It looks
stealth-like.
bad. Also stealth-like. And out of nowhere, alien war machine emerge from the ocean and are ready to attack. This is our water bug. 3 battleships versus 3 water bugs. And it is on.
Doesn't sound scary.
How could the water bugs ever lose?
Right?
With their technology.
Heat-seeking peg missiles. Why didn't they use that sonic boom thing more often?
See, I think they were too much about peace because they would only shoot when they were shot at.
True.
They wouldn't just be the first ones to make, which doesn't make any. If I'm going to invasion, I'm going all fucking out. Like I wouldn't just sit there and like.
It was. I agree. It was odd too because it was in response to like a warning shot that the people did, and then they fired their thing back, and then the ear piercing one that they did was in response to honking. So like we honk, like we'll show you our honk. And it fucking blinds everybody. It was, but then like later on, the lizards were like all about like we're gonna take this planet and eat it and whatever.
Yeah, like that was their plan, was to take over the planet and destroy it.
But just
like
not hurt the people.
When Nerd Boy was on the planet and he was like up on the mountain and that one walked into him when he was grabbing the briefcase, it just let him go. He looked green.
There was some undeveloped theme, I think, of like they only want to take out inorganic material or like man-made stuff, but leave all the organisms.
Everything concrete and metal was red.
But that wasn't developed enough. I don't know.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm trying to think of, like, other alien coming. Like, take Independence Day. They pull up in their ships. They blast the Empire State Building. It blows up. It incinerates everybody. They don't have any alternative purpose.
No.
War of the Worlds. They go in the lightning bolt. They go into the ground. They get those ships. They come up. They start blasting people.
Attacking everybody.
I think that must have been, like, an earlier draft of the script that they altered a lot. Yeah, and then that like, skeleton stayed in for some reason.
More for like Battleship 2, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they did this sonic boom thing because they honk, and so it looks like there's about to be like a giant laser blast, but it sonic booms. Did we have to slow-mo Stone's face to watch his cheeks ripple as it broke all the glass?
That's
and,
funny.
That was probably one of your 3D places.
Probably the glass and then his 3D rippling cheeks. Well. Alex, Riri, and the Beast are stuck out on the alien ships with a dead battery on their raft. And these things are like breaching like blue whales, basically, but bigger. They're literal warships. And they're like right next to them. Every time they did that, would have sent a wave that would have drowned all of them. But each time, like, whoa, rough waters out here in the ocean.
It's the durable dingy, man. It's the durable dingy.
And the battleship, battleships in all these have amazing accuracy. They just pick their location, they shoot it, and it hits. But they missed every fucking shot in the beginning.
Well, that thing was jumping around, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, but when I read, it's like, I guess not maybe not read, but I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, do the destroyers not have as much technology, though, as the other boats that got locked out of the dome?
I don't know.
There was something they couldn't communicate. Yeah,
because they referenced something like that. But then when they messed up with all their technology, I think that messed with the accuracy.
The EMP,
kind of free shoot.
The EMP. Yeah. Okay. Well,
I couldn't do like the seeking stuff ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. Well, it misses its shots. So now the alien ship fires back with its little peg things that only explode after 5 seconds of being stuck in something. They do serious damage. They're taking out one of the ships. But Alex and his little dinghy is able to, with Rihanna on the Gatling gun, her little turret, is able to hide by underneath the warships, shooting the little turret at it.
Yeah, they don't really care or notice.
It's a pinnacle moment.
And then Stone Ship, out of nowhere, gets hit with 12 of these shell peg things.
Can't stop them all.
He's dead.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
Older brother's gone.
At least I get a cinematic look. Is like he looked over at
He
his
did give
brother
a
and
good
he was
look.
like, "Oh shit, bye, bro."
And you had
It
to
was
deal with
gone.
that.
Dapped him up.
Right. It was all imaginary, but it was there. You can
And
tell.
Alex gets to his ship, the USS John Paul Jones.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Who's in charge here?" And they're like, "You are."
All the senior officers are dead, so he's in charge. And they look
Wants
over
revenge.
the other ship. Yeah, they do want revenge. The other ship is the Japanese ship, and it just gets blown up. But all Alex can think of is his vengeance for his brother and goes full attack mode, just trying to ram the alien ship, but is talked down to help rescue the sailors stuck in the water from the other ship, the Japanese sailors.
ones.
Yeah.
And so the alien ships seem to stop attacking when they're not being attacked. Like you said, they're relatively peaceful if you're not.
Yeah, I know. Just besides like invading your land is pretty nice.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And so they're not being attacked, but they do send out little spinning metal balls with tails to the land.
These were unstoppable. How did
This
these
is my favorite
never?
part, man. That's my favorite part.
These things hit land, took out 9 Apache helicopters, all the bunkers. The one just went to the busiest highway I've ever seen.
Oh, and just started hitting off all
took out all the cars and then took out all the posts
columns
underneath and collapsed.
Yeah, they're smart.
Also decided to go to a little league game, catch up on a little league game real quick.
That's good fun too.
I thought it was going to attack the little kid with the
pitches
bat.
he could pick from. That's crazy. It was like 9. He's on his 4th pitch.
He's got a slider, he's got a changeup, he's got a sinker, and he's got a fastball.
Yeah, you're waving off his catcher.
A 9-year-old's just throwing it straight.
Yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, these things fucked everything up. They killed so many people too. They didn't have any remorse for killing like the alien ships did.
I mean, they did at one point.
I think they had a mission.
They did have a mission, and that's what I'm wondering: are they like robot control, like RC car things, or is there a living creature?
Well, because if you think about when they shot those things out, there was something else following them. Because I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
but there was something else following after they shot it out. There's something else like after that it got dropped and like followed it. So I didn't know if it was being remotely controlled, but those things are pretty.
But it had a tail too. I don't know.
It did because it missed the helicopter and then it like turned around and used the tail. Yeah, I was like, shit.
Spined the helicopter.
Could be. Those things are pretty dark. They could have just used that the whole time.
I know, right? There's no stopping that. Well, Sam is stuck on Mauna Kea, the volcano, with her physical therapy patient as alien ships zoom by over their head on the way to those communication towers that have sent them the signal. And they emerge from their ship in their suits, and they look a lot like humans, honestly. When you first see them, they're bipedal. They've got normal arms, legs, same kind of dimensions.
Big pupils, so.
Different pupils, yeah. And the aliens in their suits just fucked up some security guards in their Jeeps. They're like super strong. I don't know if the aliens are themselves or if the suits make them stronger. The suits had like adaptable arms and shit to change from a gun
Iron
to
Man
like
shit, yeah.
Yeah. And back on the USS John Paul Jones, Alex comes in to see an alien in its suit lying on their table. They supposedly fished it up in the water when it crashed trying to go to the land. So this must have been that other one.
Yep.
And
this is like when the movie just turns into Alien for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're probing touching the leathery eggs or whatnot. But Alex and the Japanese guy take off the helmet and examine the alien, and like I said, it is very human-like. It does have a spiky little beard, and it's got reptile eyes. And they're like poking its eyes. They're like, "Oh, it's definitely dead." Like Mac and me. They're like, "It's definitely dead." But then it starts staring into Alex's eyes. And did Alex see the alien's plans of what it was going to do play out through its eyes of their planet being destroyed? Because it showed a little quick montage, like an orange filter of Earth being destroyed.
There was 2 things I was thinking, because it could have been like maybe he got from that shock he got. I wonder if that did something to him, or if that was like a rogue alien trying to help him out.
Could have been.
He didn't really want he got sick of destroying fucking worlds or something.
I'm tired of destroying. Holy shit! The Dolphins have scored 63 points
against the Broncos. Yeah. God damn.
David Akane's got 39. Tyreek Hill's got 31. Mostert's got 45.
For fantasy.
For fantasy.
These aliens have like 100.
Aliens have 100 points right now. They're unstoppable.
You
Oh my God, Keenan Allen has 42 points. Lucas in Dynasty, I'm projected for 196.
Wow.
Against Brandt.
Fucking Brandt.
And I've got Cortland Sutton with 19 and David Akane with 51 on my bench.
Yeesh.
Holy shit. Well, other aliens then break into the John Paul Jones and steal that alien back, and they take off into the sky. And
the rescue mission.
On the ship and is like looking all over, scanning everything. Humans are green. Anything with metal is red, but they're looking for something in particular. I put maybe an energy source. I didn't know. But Beast, Rihanna, and Alex are all down in the basement with it, fighting the aliens, stabbing it, shooting it, punching it. Nothing seems to work. But they do end up killing this one on the deck as Alex is like backing himself into a corner, but they've got a plan as Rihanna pulls the fucking artillery shell around right
the
to
actual
its face.
Tank gun.
Oh yeah, he was like, get to the C1C or something.
Yeah, they blow its head off, blow its face off.
There was about like 6 Rihanna run scenes in there. Like, they just watched her take off in a full sprint. Yeah.
Well, Sam and Mick are up on Mauna Kea, and they come across a destroyed Jeep. Examine the scene nervously. I put that in for Seth until more aliens show up. And they escape by the aliens because the aliens were just so distracted by the horsies on the mountain.
Yeah, I know. What was that about?
Like trying to pet horses.
They like
the lizards. The lizards like the horses.
They're like very bipolar. They're like really nice and really mean.
Yeah.
You just can't gauge them.
Well, they run across the nerd guy that sent the messages to the planet, and he's going to join them. And it appears that the aliens are trying to use those satellite dishes to communicate with their home planet and bring more ships there.
Yeah, they're in a full-scale invasion is his theory. More than
But they're not going to hurt if they're not attacked.
You know what's funny is they did that based off they're basing it off of the communications, the technology that Earth has.
Mm-hmm.
Like they couldn't just make their own thing to send a signal. They had to take over something that
our comm towers.
Yeah.
You're like an interplanetary travel.
Right.
Well, here is our big revelation in the movie. Orty, played by Jesse Plemons, is wearing the alien helmet, just like walking around like, this shit's awesome. Then he's like, whoa, this is kind of wild. He believes that these are similar to reptiles based on his pet lizard, Princess
Tootie or something.
Princess Queen Petunia the Third or something. And that they can't withstand sunshine because the
lizards.
The shields, the eyewear on it was polarized.
Like visor, dog.
They got aviators on there. They must be allergic to the sun.
They got them Deion Sanders shades.
all because he took his lizard to the beach once and he hated it. This is the key.
He killed his lizard at the beach, basically. But the world is now getting news of alien invasion, and chaos is ensuing all over. And the Japanese captain tells Alex that he has a way of finding ships without radar, using water displacement, an old trick that Japan has been using against America for 20 years. 2 decades they've been duping us.
Analog system. Hey, that's the funny part, though, is it's like now we're actually playing Battleship. It took about an hour and a half.
But we're an hour and a half in.
But then you're like, oh, what do you say? He said, turn that on. And then she looks at the cap, and it was like, you know about that? He's like, turn it on. And he's like, oh, you know about that too? Like he knew everything that was going on in the U.S.
And this is Battleship because it's a 64 plot that apparently wherever the aliens are at, it gets really red on the map.
It's a grid that you can only move in one space in one direction at a time. You can't jump spaces. And then plotting the movements of the ships.
Yeah, and they're trying to hit it on the run. Right, with their missiles, because they can't hit them with their heat-seeking technology. And this is where the Battleship part comes in, because they try it once, and he misses, and he goes, that's a miss.
Right.
I was like, exactly the verbiage of the game.
Well, the cool part is in the game Battleship, you can't move your pieces. But now you can move your pieces here. So it's not like they're just shooting them from one spot. And now you're trying to time it based off the buoys. Yeah, okay, he's moving. They moved.
More like football now.
It's kind of like cheating. Like if you think about it, they kind of cheated the game, and they still lost.
They weren't guessing where they were. They knew they were where they're going to be. Yeah.
Right.
And now, you get successful attempts at knowing where the ship is, but unsuccessful at firing on them. They fired just too late each time. But back on the mountain, Sam and Mick are forcing the nerd to go to the nest of aliens to get the equipment that is able to send comms into the field. And he comes face to face with this alien, but it lets him go with the communications devices. Like we said, they are peaceful.
Yeah. Maybe that's the good alien.
That's the good one. The good
Prometheus doctor. Alien.
But now the battleship's doing some dodging of missiles of its own and finally makes contact with 2 different alien ships, destroying them. And they got that. The nerd guy got the communications and is able, I don't know how, but they're like, oh, there's one small patch in the force field dome that we can bypass this radio.
It was like a pulse or something. I don't know.
It was like a
and it could get it through.
So like he's like, oh, it's real simple. And he's like, it's like based off the rhythm, you can find a little gap in there, and you'd be able to go ahead and talk to somebody.
Well, they get a call from Sam and Mick saying that their destroyer must take all the comm towers.
What the hell, my girlfriend? What the fuck?
I love you. You didn't take me to dinner tonight. She's just nagging him.
Yeah, of all the people.
She tells him, you gotta. It's literally either expecting a call from the Pentagon or my girlfriend's calling me. What? They've got to take out these satellite dishes in 4 hours, or everyone's dead. They're like, oh great, we're stuck in this invisible domed force field.
And all I can talk to is my girlfriend.
I know.
But I put, how are they supposed to hit them when they're trapped inside the bubble?
What do you mean hit them?
Hit the satellite dishes on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they're stuck inside the force field.
Right. And she's asking them to hit the thing. Right?
I was like, she could call literally any of the other battleships outside. They could destroy them right now.
She didn't have a direct line. She only had a direct line to him.
She had a direct line to the USS John Paul Jones.
Right. And Lieutenant Gratson probably didn't have any connection.
Yeah,
he burned all his bridges being mean.
Well, they're supposed to get there in 4 hours. And so their new plan is to take the battleship all the way up to Oahu at sunrise with snipers. The sunlight's going to disorient the warships with the sunlight, and they shoot the captain's quarters with the sniper rifles. Because there's a little window. They blast it out with their snipers to expose them to the sun, and then they blow them up with their artillery shells. And the plan works great, but I was just so tired of slow-mo CGI.
A lot of it. A lot of
and I don't know
shots.
How they are at Oahu. Because earlier, that dome force field was only in the ocean, and now it's over
they
the
were
mountains.
like,
so I think
they were like
dome.
Yeah, it was like with the ships, maybe, because the other ships were with it.
It does move because
the aliens were trying to get.
Because
to
then they come
Oahu.
around the corner and they see the skyscraper thing had moved, and like, oh, I didn't know that thing could move, so it had been moving.
So why was that? Yeah, well, yeah, it's Battleship.
Yeah, it's just Battleship.
Well, those little round metal balls with tails are here again, and they send them out to the destroyer, and they are just tearing this shit up.
They're chasing Rihanna.
That's when they got mad.
No, they're
like, oh shit, let me just throw these balls out that are indestructible. Boom.
It's personal.
And the destroyer's going down, and everyone must abandon ships into the lifeboat. But of course, Alex and Captain Nagata are going to go full Titanic, because the destroyer's going, the USS John Paul Jones is going straight up into the water to then sink. So they run to the very top and then jump off together into the water.
It's romantic.
Very romantic.
Propeller.
Barely. And Sam sees the John Paul Jones go down, but lots of lifeboats in the water, so they're like, he's probably there. Luckily, she's got great driving skills, so they're going to get down the mountain.
Yeah, Nerd stays behind.
Nerd Boy stays behind. And as the lifeboats come to shore, they're like, we only have one option left. We don't have any more boats. But they've got that USS Missouri, the OG battleship there.
This is so funny, too. Yeah.
It's too big of a boat. These are big.
There's no one who can run it.
How could they get it? Luckily, 40 Navy veterans from the graduation ceremony are just still on the boat from earlier. They never got off.
They're like in the hallways.
Days later, they've been just
it's like the Pirates of the Caribbean. They're like attached to the boat. They just can't go anywhere.
And so more AC/DC's playing as one by one different veterans emerge from like different vessels and like pop up and saluting or just like, wait. I was like, what is this?
I'm ready, Cap. One's over there manning the sailboat over there.
They're all perfect.
And they had to put them in slow-mo like it was Baywatch.
Should have been some Beastie Boys.
They're walking in slow-mo. I got my crew now.
No.
How
come?
Right.
Tell Brooklyn.
I mean, the other team's confidence must be soaring.
I know,
yeah,
right?
Man. We got these vets with us, dog.
That's all that's left.
Right.
Well, yeah, all the veterans that are there, you know, they've worked hard, but they're going to serve their country again. And as the battleship is moving and nearing their vantage point to take out the mountains, they notice that structure shooting the dome beams into the sky has moved, and it now fully emerges from underneath, and it's a huge water bug warship. It's big ship versus big ship, and it looks like there is no recovering for the USS Missouri until Alex remembers that Art of War speech that Stone and Admiral Shane had told him. They decide they're going to outmaneuver the alien warship by aiming their guns, not at it, but away from it. And then, as they come up to it, drop the anchor to dodge the missiles and then drift the boat so that their guns, as they drift, come right into the line of fire and blast it.
And starboard or whatever, yeah.
Right away, they destroy that big ship, which also knocks down the force field dome to take out the comm towers. And meanwhile, Sam and Mick, she's got good driving skills. Remember, she's just off-roading in a Jeep down the hill, just running over plugs.
She took flight, too. Yeah, she took flight.
40 feet of air, just hitting all these electrical connections to interrupt the communications momentarily.
Perfect. But there's always one disaster movie shot where the car flies for 40 or 50 feet at least. And
they have to.
They have
to. They end up crashing the Jeep.
The genre.
They crash the Jeep. Sam's not able to get out, but Mick is. I mean, an alien's walking up to him, and he's like, I fucking got this. So now it's hand-to-hand combat time.
I know, right?
It's the double-leg amputee, takes on four-fingered alien.
And punches it to death.
Right.
I put this as his final step in PT. If he wins, he graduates.
Man, my man got his confidence back. He knocked out an alien with his bare hands.
I know.
Yeah, he's a soldier again.
Speaking of, when they left, he was walking. He's like, "Oh, where are you going?" And he's like, "You ever seen an alien?" And they just start walking over there. They keep it pushing.
Yeah, and then to motivate the nerd boy to get in, he said, "How about I break my steel leg off in your ass?"
Oh yeah,
get up in there.
Well, the battleship.
I think he was fine. Yeah,
one artillery shell left. That's fine. You know, they're going to hit the mountain. They're going to take out the comm towers, but they have to put it in turret 2 apparently instead of turret 3.
Probably the angle or something.
So now you get a slow motion montage of them carrying a 1,000-pound shell 500 feet to the other turret.
That was pretty cool.
I guess.
Hopefully they didn't nick something, just blow up the whole ship.
But as they're moving it, you realize Sam and Mick are on the mountain. They got to get off because they're going to get destroyed. But Mick's still bare knuckle boxing. This is where he knocks the teeth, the reptile teeth out. And they come on the screen in that 3D look. And Mick ends up getting beat pretty bad, and he's about to be stabbed when Nerd Boy comes to save him, hits the alien with his briefcase, and then Mick rear naked chokes the alien out.
Jiu-jitsu.
He's like, "Go to sleep, brother. Go to sleep." Like, what?
With his fucking metal legs, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on a body triangle.
That soul artillery shell is armed and ready to fire at the mountain. But Sam and Mick and Nerd Boy are there, and they have no choice but to fire the shell to take out the communications for good. And then they realize that they might not be able to fire it because that alien battleship sends up 3 of those metal ball things with the tails one more time to kill them and what is left of that alien warship. But they're like, you know what? We're doing the heroic thing. We're going to save the Earth. Let's take out these comm towers. They shoot it. The mountainside blows up. That's all gone. The metal balls come in ready to rip their asses. But at the last second, some jets come in, blow up the metal balls, and everyone is safe.
Everybody, even the comms towers people. Yeah.
Yeah. And in the aftermath, Admiral Shane is giving out medals and speeches for the fallen soldiers.
Everybody
as well
lived.
As he honorably discharged Mick from duty as well.
Who's that? Oh, yeah.
The PT guy.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And he just gave Alex the silver star.
Jiu-jitsu.
You've got a black belt now. But
An
he even
ship.
gives Alex a silver star. He's proud of the man Alex has now become. And you're like, this is his time But then the Funeral by Band of Horses starts playing. I thought that was a weird choice of song. As everyone's celebrating, and Alex and Sam hug and kiss, but it's time for the big question. And he walks up to Admiral Shane, and he nails the delivery. Yeah, he nails the delivery. But he says no. But it was all
even though you saved the world, you can't marry my daughter.
Yeah, it was all a joke because he starts bringing up chicken burritos, and that was the end. But after credits, did you see the after credits scene?
No, I cut that shit off.
Me too.
After credits, we cut to Northern Highlands in Scotland. Some little Scottish schoolboys with their heavy accents are walking, talking about Jay-Z and banging Beyonce, when they stumble across a broken off piece of one of the starships and are trying to break it open. They're punching it. They hear that it's kind of hollow. So they get some Scottish worker who kind of looked like the guy from Moonfall. That's the guy that's a part of the moon now. Kind of looked like him. They finally open it up with like a crowbar and some welding torches. And as they get it open, an alien is inside, grabs the side and scares him off. And it cuts to black, setting up a future sequel.
Battleship 2.
And that's the end of Battleship 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Do you think they're just gonna play the game on actual land instead of like the ocean this time?
In the sky, maybe.
Let's take our communications again. We used this last time. Let's do it again.
Do it again. Run it back. Well,
Drift
that
in
is
the
the end of
sky.
our movie, which means we can get into some course. I think we've got time to do that. Maybe even ratings.
I think we can pound them. Yeah. I didn't even have any quotes as well because I just watched it dry.
Well,
no phone.
Make it easy. No phone. Dry as hell. Pounding it dry.
7 a.m. to 9:30 this morning. Had some shit to do.
And everything.
Yeah, pounding it dry. So we'll take a pause. Get some pause, and we'll pause. Quotes time. Quotes, ratings, reviews, rebellions, riots, rattleships, Rihanna's. It's all time, and recommendations. Don't forget about that. How many quotes do you got?
I just got one because I just thought it was so corny.
You just took one quote.
It was just one corny one. It was when he was talking about his chicken burrito, walks over to a girl and was like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "I'm hungry." He goes, "That's not your name." I'm like, okay, like that's just like the most dumbest pickup line ever, and it just been like, I don't know, it was full of them. I just like,
I wrote it down too because the way he delivered it, Taylor Kitschel.
That's so good.
Name? What's your name? I'm hungry. That's not your name,
right?
He's
so that's it. That's your quote.
That was it, man. I couldn't.
You got none, so I've got 9 to read then.
Hit him.
It's too late to eat a burrito. Too much complex carbs from the store owner.
Oh yeah, she closed that shit down fast.
Yeah.
Admiral Shane at the end of the movie. Now, if you excuse me, I'm late for lunch. Think I'll have a chicken burrito.
Not a chicken burrito.
I had 5 chicken burrito quotes initially.
Over here.
Jesus.
I took 3 of them out. What's your name? This is after Alex gets kicked in the face by Captain Nagata, and he's like, you shouldn't kick that. And he goes, yeah, if you kick that, you're an idiot. And he just goes, well, I'm the kind of idiot who's gonna kick it through your keeper's face.
Oh yeah,
really good delivery though.
This is when they first meet Mick. You know, Mick was this stubborn patient, and Sam was this no shit's given, I'm gonna get my own way kind of physical therapist. And she goes, heard your last therapist said you lost the will to fight. And he goes, lost my will when I lost my legs. It's pretty fair, honestly.
Yeah,
I would too.
This was just weird. The quote isn't good, but the way it was framed was awesome because they go, "Who are you?" And the nerd boy goes, "I'm with NASA." And then the Secretary of Defense goes, "And why is NASA present in this room?" And then it just cuts to a shark. And it was like, wait, what? Why did it cut to a shark? Why is NASA present?
I wish Seth would watch this movie because isn't he afraid of large things in water?
Yeah.
Isn't that one of his fears? And that was like a big, all their alien things in water at that moment.
And trypophobia. There wasn't any instances of that though.
Not much.
This is, I don't know. It's at one point when they're attacking the water bugs for the first time, and it's in the background. It's just somebody yelling, "Oh shit! I knew it! It's the goddamn North Koreans."
Yeah. Probably my dad.
In the back, it was Lucas's dad in the background screaming that.
One of the extras.
Oh, when Nerd Boy comes up for the first time and sees Mick and Sam on the mountain, he sees Mick's legs are titanium, and he goes, "Oh shit! Is he a cyborg? Is he with them?" I was like, "No."
That's funny.
You're a NASA scientist. You know what a double leg amputee is. Jesus Christ.
That was funny.
And my last one from the very end of the movie, "Sir, I love your daughter, and I would love nothing more than to marry her." Shane just goes, "No," and he goes, "But I saved the world."
Not good enough, he said. Yeah, that's one thing.
All right, well, that's easy. 10 quotes. That's it from 3 of us. So it's ratings time. I got all ratings.
Ratings.
You're starting it. So this is Tomato Meter. This is Rotten Tomatoes. There's always critics and there's users. We're going to start with critics. It's a percentage out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucas, give him the preface about Rotten Tomatoes compared to IMDb.
It's not a 1 to 10 scale. It's based off of whether you like it or not. So a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes just means that 70% of the critics gave it a favorable rating. Not that it has like an average of a 7 out of 10. So it's weird.
70% on IMDb means it's averaged to a 70 from all the things.
Gotcha.
So we're going to start on Rotten Tomatoes, the yes or no, critics, thermometer, percentage. What do you think critics are giving this film?
That movie was rough. I'm going to go with 50%. So I'm going to go with 5.
50.
50%.
50%. Yeah, percentage.
Yeah.
Lucas?
I'll go with 29%.
Ooh, he's going low.
The winner today is Lucas.
God damn.
He's up 5-0. It's 34%.
That wasn't pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. Lucas, what do you think audiences are giving this on Tomato Meter, on Rotten Tomatoes?
37.
37. Not much higher. What do you think audiences are giving this?
Yeah, I think audiences go. I think they go in with the visuals. They get sucked in. It's got to be 50 or more. Let's go 6. Let's go 6.
60? The winner today is Jordan.
What is it?
Ooh.
54.
There we go.
Pretty close,
He's
yeah.
on the
board, baby.
Now we're going into IMDb, so this is averages.
Okay.
Critics Metascore out of 100.
I'm still rolling with 5.
50. Lucas.
I'm going 3.5.
35.
Yeah.
It's right in the middle of you two, but the winner today is Lucas.
Ooh.
41.
Very close.
And then Lucas, audience score out of 10. This is to the decimal, so 9.6, whatever.
4.6.
Okay.
It was 50 audience. I'm still rolling with this seems like they're pretty close. I'm gonna go with 6.1.
6.1. You said 4.6. Well, you guys are so close. And it's Jordan. It's a 5.8.
Ooh, nice. He was around it.
So, critics gave it a 34 and a 41 for a 37.5 average. Well, critics or audiences gave it a 54 and a 58 for a 56. You're our guest on today. What are you giving this film, 0 to 10, to the 10th place, on the John Lasagna scale?
Man, I'm going with, I'm still sticking with the 5, man.
Just a very
5.1, man.
Just right above average.
Like, the storyline was trash, but the graphics I bet were kind of fun to watch during that time.
Okay.
But the story was horrible.
Okay. Lucas.
I think I'm around like a 3.7 for Battleships. I do agree the story was trash. I really like Taylor Kitsch, so I thought he brought a lot to it. But pretty much everything else was pretty shitty, I thought. Jesse Plemons was a delight, though, too. So the Friday Night Light Boys brought it home for a 3.7.
Higher than a normal, like, stupid action movie. Like San Andreas and Stealth were lower for you.
Correct, yeah.
I'm the lowest of us. I think I'm at 2.4.
Okay. Oh no, Battleship.
I think I'm at 2.8. 2.8.
Okay.
Storyline is trash. Once again, it's bad. Rihanna's terrible. Some of the actors were dog shit. Brooklyn Decker. It was like there were a lot of storylines. Like her storyline did not need to be in this.
No, none of the story needed to be in there. They could have redid it.
The aliens. Yeah, you know what? Just the story's trash.
Just keep the ships.
Yeah, keep the ships, the action, switch it around.
I like Skarsgård a little bit. Some of the CGI was okay, but it's just a big blowout cash grab kind of thing that,
Yeah, they basically just hired the cast and hoped the cast brought home the money.
Yep.
That's all it was.
Kind of worked, but not for us.
Not for us. I'm going to do critic reviews too.
Okay. Let's do it.
First is by Megan Lehman at The Hollywood Reporter. They say impressive visual effects and director Peter Berg's epic set pieces fight against an armada of cinematic cliches and some truly awful dialogue.
I think that's around our consensus.
Agreed.
Giles Hardy at the Sydney Morning Herald said, the movie finds the same balance between action-packed imagination and not taking the premise seriously that made Michael Bay's original Transformers such a joyride.
It's almost a genre unto itself.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. It gave Michael Bay vibes, but I thought Transformers was better.
It's because there's no character progression.
I know, right?
There was character progression in Transformers, but it's like no one really. I mean, he was still being a little shithead anyways. So like he didn't really do anything until his brother died. Is when he kind of figured. And he changed the tag.
He tried to do it anyways. Yeah.
Right.
Shia LaBeouf kind of carried those films.
He did.
Next, Peter Travers, the Rolling Stone, is a popular guy. He says, Battleship is all noise and crashing metal, sinking to the shallows of Michael Bay's Armageddon, Lucas, and then digging to the brain extinction level of the Transformers trilogy. 1 out of 4 stars.
Yeah.
That's a 2.5 out of, I don't know what the
2.5 out of 10. It's a 2.5.
Okay. Yeah.
And my last one's by Big Rog, Roger Ebert.
He got in there.
He died in 2013, but he had to see Battleship right before he went. At the Chicago Sun-Times, the GOAT says, an honest-to-God third act, instead of just selling for nonstop fireballs and explosions as Bay likes to do. I don't want to spoil it for you. Let's say the greatest generation still has the right stuff, and let's leave it at that. 2.5 out of 4 stars.
He liked the third act.
He gave it a 6.3.
He liked it.
He loved the veterans.
He did.
I thought that was the stupid. We need
It's
hands.
corny as
Let's
shit.
use all these old guys.
Right.
They must have been crying.
A lot of them for like the Korean War too. They were like 70 years old.
Like my grandpa.
We need to move these 1,000-pound shells.
Right. We only have one more. Like it was pull straws or something breaks our back first.
So that is critics. We can get into users, but we should probably pause just in case.
Okay.
Paused. You just let me know when you're ready.
Process.
God, I can't believe David Akane was on my bench with 51.3 points. 70-20. Oh, I want to see how bad the Broncos D was.
Horrible.
Cool.
Only -6 points.
It's not bad.
How?
With no interceptions, fumble recoveries, sacks. They had 1 defensive touchdown.
For putting up 70 points on somebody. I mean, shit. Or giving up 70 points.
That's got to be broken.
Oh, Arizona is beating Dallas.
No! Although the Bills D got me 31 points.
Man, why did I bench Jordan Love? Because I thought the Saints always play pretty hard.
Was he killing it?
27 points and a dub.
What did he do?
Oh, he won.
He rushed one and he threw one. He didn't play well. 22 for 44 with 259.
Yeah, he just had 1 rushing touchdown, 1 passing touchdown. But I said I was like, oh, Justin Fields is probably gonna do better than him going against the Saints.
Right? Justin Jefferson finally got his first touchdown.
My God. Did we win?
No, you lost. Keenan Allen had 18 receptions for 215 yards.
Yeah, he wasn't eating.
Justin Herbert went 40 for 47 with 405 yards. And
Whoa, look at Tua's number. I think last time when I was on my way over here, Tua was like, he was 100%.
Tua was 23 for 26 for 309 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And Tyreek had what?
9 for 157.
How did Akane have 203, dude?
David Akane, 18 rushes, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert,
3 touchdowns.
13 rushes, 82 yards, 3
I can't
touchdowns.
wait to get on first.
David Akane also had 2 receiving touchdowns, and I picked him up in Dynasty.
Good pick. Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's finish it out.
Oh, I was looking through some of my old Dynasty drafts in his league, and in 2021, I only had 2 picks. The 4th overall pick where I picked Trey Sermon, who's not in the league anymore, and the 5th pick was Jamar Chase.
It's not bad. You got Jamar.
No, I didn't get Jamar.
Oh, you didn't get
That's
Jamar.
who I passed on.
Oh, you passed.
And then in the 2nd round, I picked Austin Hooper with the 2nd pick in the 2nd round, and right behind him was Travis Etienne.
Yeah, but you probably picked Hooper because his last name was Hooper.
No, I needed a tight end, but I should have just picked Etienne and picked up a tight end off the waivers or something, because Hooper isn't doing anything anymore either. No. I could have had Etienne and Chase. Fucking Christ. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to hit record, and I'm going to do the 5 seconds and clap thing again. Sure. All right, where am I at? There we go. All righty, Lucas. 1, 2, 3, play. All right, user reviews, finish it out, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
The big 6.
Little Songbird, the big 1, starting it off.
Wow.
On
3-time, 4-time nominee.
4-time nominee, no-time winner. June 14, 2016, Bethany Cox has to say, Battleship had great potential to be good, with the involvements of Liam Neeson and being based on a fun board game. Plus, the concept was really good. All of this is squandered by very poor execution. Just for the record, this reviewer did not know what to expect. Was well aware that Battleship was not meant to be taken seriously, was meant to be big dumb fun, and it was going to be silly. But in my opinion, the film failed at all of those objectives. It's not all bad. It's a great looking film. It's slickly shot with good use of locations and the special effects. Where Battleship falls down most upon are the scripted story. Using every cliche and character stereotype in the book, the dialogue is often cringeworthy with lazy and overlong exposition and very clumsy and forced jokes. Overall, despite great visuals, Battleship fails miserably, even when taking it for what it is. 3 out of 10.
Yeah, pretty in line with our thoughts. She'll never win.
When you said pretty in line with I thought you said Lamethard, and I was like, this is a word I've never heard before. What the fuck is Lamethard? But I get it now. I get it.
Thank you, Bethany Cox.
Ostensibly, I get it. Next is by Pistol 219 on May 17th, 2023. Oh, just a couple months ago. 4 months ago, he said, there is no reason this should be below a 6.5 rating. It's packed with a great cast, packed with some humor, and packed with action. When it first came out, I was sure it was going to be cheesy and terrible, but the first time I saw it, I was blown away. Pun intended. I also love the part where they use real World War II veterans at the end. Shows awesome respect and shows how badass those dudes were and still are. Show respect because not too many World War II veterans will be alive for much longer, sadly. But this was a very unique movie, and I've watched it many times when I just feel like a good old-fashioned Navy combat film. 10 out of 10.
Classic. He loves it, yeah.
Seth, can you write that one down?
It's horrible.
Snonky Style. This is Seth. Mm-hmm. On September 1st, 2013, they said, Peter Berg directs this mess of junk science based on a board game. A board game! And he's going all in on this concept. The shells are even made to look like the pegs from the game. The ships are attacked on a grid just like the game. No, he's not backing away from the ridiculous premise at all. There isn't really any of these things actors could do about this. Sure, we don't expect Taylor Kitsch, Rihanna, or Brooklyn Decker to win awards, but they do have Liam Neeson. It's illogical, nonsensical. Even if you accept this world, the science just doesn't work. But if you turn off your brain, they do blow up a lot of stuff. It is a popcorn movie without any nutritional value. 3 out of 10.
Yep.
Take it for what it is.
Yep.
Lamethal?
Lamethal.
Cosmasp. This guy.
It's been a while.
Do you hate him still?
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. June 7th, 2012. So a month after it came out, he said, unreal. And I'm not even talking about the general concept of the Battleship game being transferred to a movie here, but about Brooklyn Decker. She's so gorgeous it should be illegal.
This guy sucks.
Apart from this fanboy outcry, though, and the fact that it's even more unreal someone would not be cheered up in her presence, the movie is not as bad as one would expect. It's not really good either, but I guess you can watch it once. 6 out of 10.
Loves her. He's an idiot.
He loves her as much as you hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Next is by Ferret Siva. June 5th, 2012. They say, Dear Mr. Bay, and we thought Transformers movies, except the first one, were pointless, stupid, have no depth, only depending on nonstop action. How wrong we were. Maybe you felt bad because of us unappreciative viewers and had a curse on us. Let a movie come with some promise and you fall into its trap and spend your 2 valuable hours with utter crap, torment, and pure imbecility. Please remove your curse, Mr. Bay. This planet cannot endure another Battleship, Battle LA, etc.
Yeah, man. It's bad, man. It's bad.
You asked me about Battle LA.
I like Battle LA because it's a little bit more funny. Honestly,
Is it? I've never seen.
I mean, it was still kind of the same thing as like all action with not. I think the story might be actually a tad bit better and a little bit more realistic compared to this. This is kind of was jumping all around. Didn't make sense as much.
Have you seen Stealth? Jamie Foxx.
Yes, I've seen Stealth.
Jessica Biel.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Fun cast, still okay. It's like it's more. What do you say? It's more like realistic a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like to a certain extent,
More than this.
If we're comparing those two,
Yeah.
then I would say it follows a little bit more realistic.
And have you seen San Andreas?
Is that the one with Rock in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Where he has to save the world from an earthquake.
Yep.
Great films.
Every one of Rock's get like 2 for me. And so except for Tooth Fairy.
Except for the Tooth
Fairy, man, you might get like an 8.
He's doing different
I was a
stuff.
kid, man. What'd you say?
He's doing different stuff in that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Than his normal Rock stuff.
Right.
So you're not into the whole Rock hype action hero charisma?
Black Adam. I did like him in Black Adam.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't act. He just kind of fucked shit up.
Okay.
They played him within his role. Like he had like 2 lines every 10 minutes.
That's good for The Rock.
Was it San Andreas that you said that he was in that he was too big? Oh no, it was Red Notice.
I was gonna say Rampage.
Oh, he's in Rampage too.
He's just too big.
Skyscraper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Red Notice. He's next to Gal Gadot. He's trying to like squeeze into tiny holes and like steal things. Like he's just too big.
Yeah.
And my last review today is by Tales of the Wind. August 14th, 2021. They say, with cameos from the SecNav himself, the U.S. Navy spent a lot of time and money on this film, and it was shot in the beautiful Hawaii with the USS Missouri out of retirement for just one day for some of the scenes at sea. Having served in Pearl Harbor and been through 2 rim packs myself, I have to say that I love this movie. 10 out of 10.
Rim packs are real.
Boy. Pearl Harbor was in 41 or 40.
I think it's still been a naval base since then. I don't think it was. Pearl Harbor is the location, not necessarily the bombing.
I'm thinking he served in Pearl Harbor, which was in 43, which means he was born in 1925, which means he was 96 when he wrote this.
I don't think so.
I think
I know,
so.
right?
I think he did. They were doing I wonder if his rim pack had soccer in it.
Maybe. You never know.
But that is ending Battleship
like Jax
today.
Or something. Yeah.
Are we? They're playing Jax.
Yeah.
They play that game where you hit the hula hoop with the stick.
And still having yo-yo competitions and shit.
Stick and hoop. Yeah.
Are we recommending this film, Lucas?
No, not really.
Okay. Reasoning?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh. No.
No.
Okay. Jordan?
Depending on the audience, but no, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, if it's just action goers who just want to watch stuff get blown up, sure, go for it. If you want an actual good story, no, don't even think about it.
I'm a no as well. I was the lowest of us on the rating, so I figured it's 2 hours and 15, and it felt like almost 3. It felt like a long
Dragged
watch.
a little. I mean, the action stuff was good, but the rest of it, drug it down.
It did.
And I'm not like an action hater. I'm a hater of mindless action. So I would recommend things like, Mission Impossibles or John Wick's or like Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick were awesome. Shit like that. This, take it over. The Bourne movies, those rock.
They do.
Those
are good.
But that is ending it this week. Thanks, Jordan, for being on.
Anytime. Can't wait to be back on again, man.
We're gonna have to find an anime one in a future season for you.
Yeah, anything like that.
Next week, we are kicking off Spooktober for the Downtown Spook Boys.
What's our movie?
We are watching the 2023 hit Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Okay. Scary Winnie the Pooh.
A super scary Winnie the Pooh. The next week, we've got a couple that are bouncing around. Crimes of the Future, Existence, Van Helsing,
Possession.
Possession, that's what it was. And there's one other one, but I can't remember. So we'll figure that out. It's going to be a mix of one of those. Then we're finishing off the trilogy. We got Birdemic 3.
I'm excited for that.
Seagull. And then our masterpiece, The Exorcist.
I'm loving it.
Classic. And then we'll get back to more birthday stuff with Carter and with Devin coming on. Robert's hopefully going to be on. And then
for Boon Me. And then we'll finish it off with some holiday hoes in December. You're in for some treats, listeners. And that's no monkey business. Nice. Way to go. Seth did tell me that he wanted to say one thing. Big tit ladies. Yeah, and thank you, Seth. I think that's he always does want to say that, and so I think that's a perfect way to end it. All righty. Thank you again, Jordan. Yeah. Anytime. Send Lucas some recipes, some Vikings wins, and some money. It does. And some Grizz wins. Some Grizz wins. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Took an L. Yeah. Our quarterbacks are so bad. Oh, and our coach. Send Jordan some heat. It's about to start getting cold. Shit, I need that. They have winter advisories already. Send him a bowling ball. Need that. And a new car that he doesn't have to pay for. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. Free me. I need that. And with that, we're going to end it. Love you. Bye. Gadoosh. See you, Luke. See ya. Bam. Sweet. Bing, bop, boom, bam. Ooh. Okay, all right. I'll see you, dudes. See ya, man. Adios.